look at me, stranger in the hall, frozen by the scene. Portraits seem to fade. He lost his centerpiece. Can't recall his face. I hope he'll rest in peace. Haunted by my mind, victim or the prey. Everything is fine. Take me to my grave. Bury me alive, keeping me astray. Hard to say goodbye to who I am today. Everything is fine. Take me to my grave. Haunted by my mind, victim or the prey. Everything is fine. Take me to my grave. Bury me alive, keeping me astray. Hard to say goodbye to who I am today. Haunted by my mind, victim or the prey. Everything is fine. Take me to my grave. Bury me alive.
Welcome to LXC.
Lights flashing bright, players take the stage. Iron, silver, gold, ready to engage. Serpentine moves, victory so near. Buttons smashing loud, feel the rising cheer. Onwards early tonight, everyone's fight. Climb up in the height, shine on in the light. Game's on fire now, tension in the air. Every player counts.
Hello, welcome to LXC2 Winter Split. This is season 2. We're in Arbiter today. Now, I know we've been doing a lot of draft games, but for this one, it is going to be pre-made teams, and most importantly, we are doing normal draft and not fearless draft. It'll be best of 3, and we're getting started with Arbiter. So these are the first games of the second season, Winter Split. And today we're watching Contingent Esports Purple versus Jolly Roger Black Pearl. I'm here, Scarlett, and I've got Icarus here with me casting today.
Hey, what's going on, guys?
Yeah, and the players all ready, so we even cut the little timer early because I've never seen this before in my life. We have 10 people in this lobby right at
That's
game
what I'm
time.
saying. What happens
This
to
is so
the
impressive.
random delays for oh guys, my AD carry forgot to go to the bathroom, and then you have to wait, and then someone else is like, well, since he's going, I'm gonna go.
I guess it's just they're not
and
used
then-
to adding excuses yet because it's the start of the new season. Oh, I need a link to the draft real quick because
It's in the
my
chat.
leak chat is messing up.
It's fine. So
But
Contingent
we're gonna get
Purple's
started.
First ban is actually Zyra.
Yeah,
Scarlet pulls this up. I'll do it. That's a very quick. Oh my
they're
god!
banning so
Oh
quickly.
my god! All right, Ari ban from Jolly Rogers into the immediate Galio ban, followed by a Mumu back on Jolly Rogers. Into Seraphine. Oh my god, the fastest draft
These
on
teams
the
are so ready.
planet.
They want to be in bed by like 2 hours from now.
I don't blame him. Why can't like my Emerald games be like this? I got people waiting until like the last second on every single pick ban. That's a Mordekaiser ban coming out from Jolly
Yeah, but
Rogers.
so this will be a lot of people's first game on the new season in coordinated play, right? Like, sure, they've done some solo queue, but I guess they've had something planned for the new meta. And LEC started up. Other pro leagues have started up, so you can finally start following the pros and figuring out the meta. And apparently, so far, it's a lot of mage bans. Misfortune has been really popular, though. I respect the first pick, Misfortune.
I do too. I mean, Misfortune is one of those picks that there's no. I don't want to say there's no real effective counter picks, right? But AD carry is just so difficult to counter in of itself, right? Support dictates lane for the most part. So the blind pick AD carry, always good. We're gonna follow it with a blind pick jungle.
Yeah, it's probably
Okay.
Jungle Sejuani. I love Sejuani support and doubt it's that. It's really nice into Misfortune because you can press R on her R if things are set up well. It's not like the number one Misfortune counter, but I do kind of like it. And they've already got the Amumu ban, so they're not too worried about follow up. It is show a little bit of your cards whenever you pick Sejuani like this because you
Yep.
probably want a melee top laner. But once you pick this Ashe, you're
This
definitely
is
showing
what
all your cards, but they're
pick
good
Morgana.
cards.
Pick the Morgana, I say as I slam my fist on the table. Pick the Morgana. Oh
No, if
my
they don't pick
god.
Morgana, they are going to be slowed for 10 years, and that's
If
just
they
the
don't pick
unfortunate reality
Morgana,
of these two.
I may need to call up Riot and issue some reports because what? Like what is going on?
But what I do want to say about Sejuani Ashe is that
Don't pick
Jarvan
the
might be picking.
J4. No.
That's interesting.
No.
You can put people into a Cataclysm, into a Misfortune ult, but you're not really looking to dive the Ashe as much as other
Why?
80
Why?
carries.
You see the Sejuani and you go, yeah, J4 is a good solo pick in the Sejuani. They have an Ashe, but nah, it's fine. I'll just be 1v1ing my Sejuani all the time. What do you mean? No.
I am also concerned that now Braum is not a bad pick. I do like that it can
Why?
block the I mean it's not Morgana, let's be clear.
All right. All right.
But it can block the Ashe arrow, can
I'm
block
gonna
the
take a
Sejuani
deep
ult.
breath. I'm gonna take a deep breath.
But the one problem I have for Contingent Purple is that this is kind of unforced. Black Pearl now gets to choose whatever carry they want,
Mm-hmm.
and have it be something that is good into the Jarvan Braum, whereas before, they were kind of pressured to pick something that can bring the damage that Ashe can't.
Well,
And
so
now they
what
know
would
exactly what to
be
pick it into.
really interesting? I'd love to see some sort of disengage support.
Hmm.
Unfortunately, Lulu is, not the greatest at it, but definitely not bad. I would have loved to see a Renata.
Hmm. Yeah.
You know, like you're already seeing contingent. You're already seeing J4 is wanting to dive with like the MF Braum Wombo combo, right? So
Yep.
any type of disengage would have just been incredible. I mean, Lulu's always good, right? Ash, Lulu are playing for lane. MF just needs to not die, and we'll be okay.
Well, I mean, you could also just pick an AD based hypercarry for Jolly Rogers, right? Something that's a little bit fat mobile, like Yon or Yasuo, works well with the Lulu, and
Oh,
then
for
you're
sure.
not as worried about getting Dovon. Although it looks like Contingent Purple's more worried about the control mages. Malzahar and Swain are interesting bands with the comp that they have. I would not have expected Jolly Rogers to pick either of those champions,
I
and it
wouldn't
feels
either.
like they've got it covered. But at the same time, I mean, they're good on this patch, so.
Oh, for sure. I'm very interested. Obviously, with the kind of team comp that they're going for, I want to see not Gragas top. I would love to see an Ornn top, please. Right, just the classic. And then
You're
you
gonna
just
make
have
someone on their first game of competitive play or in of the season play Ornn?
yeah.
No! I'm picking Gragas, and once I lose, then I'll pick Ornn. But if I don't, you're gonna let me pick Gragas all season, and I guess that's what Jolly Rogers is going with.
Not see. I seem to remember putting Sancerino 34 on Ornn in almost every single one of my games a couple splits ago. That man, that man was on Ornn duty, and then Bradles was on like Sivir Ash duty.
Oh, speaking of Orange 2D,
Mm,
so we're
the
definitely going for a
ore!
wombo combo here. Could
Wombo
you imagine a
combo
Yasuo
goes.
pick right now for Jolly
I was
Rogers?
just about to say, please pick Yasuo.
It's a niche pick, but it would be so good with the Lulu. It would bring the damage that you lack with the Ashe. And it would just
It
destroy
blocks
Contingent Purple's wombo
everything.
combo. But that's
my
like
God.
such a hard ask if you're a mid laner, especially in this league. Your first game on, pick Yasuo, please. Like,
Hey, you
who's been
never
practicing
know. Who
Yasuo this
knows?
patch?
Uh,
Oh,
no! Don't pick
one.
Ziggs. Don't pick Ziggs, please. Your team
feel
can't do
like-
anything if you pick Ziggs.
I feel like Contingent would love to see the Ziggs.
Please don't pick Ziggs.
It's got a nice damage burst on someone who's stunned,
Sure,
but
then
you're kind of
what
drafting
happened-
into
oh my
what they
God.
picked.
So this is what's gonna happen. You ready? So we have an Ornn top lane that's gonna draft Hollow Radiance and just go like
Yeah.
pure MR with a Thornmail, right? You have a
Mhm, mhm.
Braum that's gonna go Locket. It's gonna go
Mhm.
Knight's Vow. It's gonna go Warmogs. Maybe even a Zeke's. You're gonna have your J4 that's like doing the same type of stuff. He's gonna go Bruiser. He's gonna go Death Stance. He's gonna go Maw. And you're not gonna be able to kill any of these three players.
You know,
It's not
there is something to be
possible.
said for comfort because it's very clear that these teams drafted past each other. Contingent clearly reading that they could pick J4 and Jolly Rogers is not going to be able to counter it effectively. Because I don't think Ziggs is harder to dive than a lot of mages, sure.
Why,
But
at
I
that
do
point,
think
you don't dive the Ziggs, though, right? Like,
right. I
this
mean,
team falls apart the second you blow up Lulu.
and I don't know what the Gragas is doing either.
I don't either.
Unfortunately. But if
I'm
your
excited.
top
I'm
laner,
excited.
if your top laner is really good at Gragas, and your mid laner wants to play some kind of mage that can do burst to someone that gets CC'd, maybe you just say you can win the game before any of that orange stuff comes into fruition, you know?
If this game
Um,
goes past 27, 30 minutes, which I suspect it will, just purely based on the the statistics of game length and lower elos, I'm very concerned for Jolly Rogers' ability to deal with the tanks on a long term schedule, right? So
what I
obviously
will
this
say,
is,
oh, go ahead.
I was gonna say, like, obviously this is not pro play,
Yeah,
because in pro play, like, or if everyone was playing their champs perfectly, purple just it just wins. But with the human element and all that, I would not be surprised if we found some timing angles where an Ashe Arrow, clips a Lux or an MF in side lane, and Jolly Rogers is able to play to that out. But
I will also say for this level, this new season is probably the easiest season in a long time for snowballing an early lead. Like, Riot has explicitly added so many tools to snowball games that even if your team falls apart past 40 minutes, which they've added plenty of post 40 minutes, you lose the game champions like Smolder and Aceful, they've added more tools to be able to bring an early advantage and end the game before that happens. So I don't think Jolly Rogers is as out of it as they would have been a few months ago.
I certainly agree. I am interested to see how the 5v5 ARAM looks in the like, I didn't know we were on Howling Abyss, but
It does seem like both teams drafted for it, but Ash and Sejuani can do a nice pick for sure. Especially get the burst of Gragas or Ziggs. It doesn't matter if Ornn never dies if there's no misfortune follow-up.
right.
Either way, we're gonna have to see how this goes. I think Jolly Rogers has to win at least 2 of these 3 lanes. I think they do want to have a really good early start. Expect them to invade as well. But either way, we're gonna have to see all of that after our first break of Arbiter Winter Season 2.
drive. Fancy on a fast car. This is how you make me feel. Don't stress me now. I got the overdose. I'm feeling it in my bones. And if you say that I'm lying to you, these habits are killing me. I wish I could fall asleep. The problem is you. Oh, I got the overdose. Oh, you are my overdose. Oh, hey baby, I'm calling for you tonight. Come on, baby, I'm falling for you tonight. I'm not safe here, I just wanna feel alright without you. Don't stress me now. I got the overdose. I'm feeling it in my bones. And if you say that I'm lying to you, these habits are killing me. I wish I could fall asleep. The problem is you. Oh, I got the overdose. Oh, you are my overdose. We will fall apart. That's the way it goes. Even though we're apart, heaven only knows.
Welcome to Summoner's
All right,
Rift.
everyone, and welcome back to the Summoner's Rift. Today we're watching Contingent Purple versus Jolly Roger Black Pearl.
30
Really
Yeah,
excited
fun
to
name
see.
to say.
spawn.
Huh?
It's a fun name to say.
It
Jolly
is a
Roger's
fun name
Black
to say.
Pearl.
I'm really surprised there's no invade.
There's no invade, but there is a bot lane little thing going on. Kind of excited for it.
Oh,
I don't think this turns into anything. It's funny though. Look,
Yeah, Chocolate
you
pop-
got bone plating. Good
pop
job.
that bone plating, baby. Oh yeah, zone him out of lane. There's no minions, but good try.
I mean, Sejuani's not going straight to camps right now. I think they're going to get an early
Oh,
ward.
J4?
Sweeper
Set-
used,
yeah.
but the ward only is going to spot out later. I mean, they saw J4's shadow, I'm pretty sure. So
Oh my
both
God, I'm
junglers should
watching
be
pro
aware of
play.
what's going on.
I didn't know I was watching pro play, Scarlet. Walking
Yeah,
in with
but
a sweeper going? Oof.
right, but now because of that, Sapphire and Wally, Wall C are gonna walk in. They walk into the minions at least, so
Yo, you guys can't
should be
can't
okay.
fight level 1. Please don't fight level 1 bot lane, please. I
Well-
beg you, MF Braum, just
They want to Q misses though. Yeah, so that's probably pretty good for Ash Lulu still. You know, yes, the level 1 fight probably would have gone their way, but at the same time, if they get to play their game and push it, whoa, that is a low health Ziggs already.
wow, yeah, that was super wild.
I was not expecting that. Just come over and Ziggs is already really low, but he does hit 2 first, I think. And sometimes in mid lane you can get away with that. Sometimes. Oh, 2 first for these two?
We got a nice little fight going on. Concussive blows lands. That's going to be a stun coming out onto Ash. Ash falling extremely low. Heal and barrier both coming out. Sapphire Gem really trying to keep their AD carry alive.
Yeah, Sapphire Gem and Walsey are not in a good spot right now. This is not what you want to see whenever you see a melee support. They avoided the level 1 cheese, but they still gave up level 2 and didn't even play around it. Just really unfortunate whenever you play into a melee support and your support isn't quite able to bring you to that level 2 first.
That's going to be E forward. So it's actually fine just based on the fact that MF and Braum, there's going to be a quick little fight going in the mid lane. Ziggs falling super low on mana.
Yeah, he has nothing right now.
What I was saying though is the second wave crash is actually really bad.
Mm-hmm.
Just in general, right? You definitely want to at least have 3 waves crashed up. So even though you have a melee support, you can do some decent harassing. Doesn't look like there's going to be any type of punish that comes from that misplay though.
Right, but junglers are topside, so they're definitely going to be in isolation for a while. Meanwhile, top lane,
That's
I mean,
a
they're
really
kind of
nice
brawling
draft spot.
too. Sejuani got pinged out though, so I think Driven just gets this crab, but Urameshi.
Urmeshi's going to get hit with the E from Gragas. Gragas falling extremely low. That's going to be the passive proc from Ornn. Grass proc as well. He's falling extremely low. Ward comes out. That's going to be an E forward and First Blood.
There's just some miscommunication there for sure, because Samurai decided that he needed to go visit that crab, and unfortunately he doesn't get a crab, and Chukles dies.
Exactly. Probably the worst case scenario for that top side.
Right, because now your Sejuani is down a full camp, and you've given up a feat, which we will try to track for you manually, because our client unfortunately does not track feats appropriately yet. Well,
I don't
one day,
even have
right,
a
we'll get there.
client.
But you've given up feat, which is so First Blood's even more important than usual. Like 400 gold to Ornn might not be the worst. I mean, it's pretty bad for Gragas, but now all of Contingent Purple now has a small advantage just based on the feat. But I mean, Chukles is recovering okay.
He's in a really bad spot. Ornn's just going to walk forward. He's got that bombing cinder already. Like, oh, okay. Yep, that.
Right, but even though he missed that, I mean, it's still really awkward for Gragas here. Because the wave is not where he wants it to be.
It's not. I mean, the wave is slow pushing back into Urameshi, but I mean, Urameshi is kind of just hitting it to hit it.
Oh, I think
like
Chukles might
Chuckles
be
is
in
falling
trouble here.
extremely low. That's going to be a quick kill probably coming out from Urameshi. He's going to unfortunately auto the minion. Grass proc is ready. Falling super low. He's going to try and use the alcove to get out. That's going to be the Q coming for the slow as well. He's just going to walk him down. Flash coming out. Chocola's living on single-digit HPs.
Yeah, but this is not what you want to see from your Gragas versus Ornn matchup.
No.
I mean,
Not at all.
you know, maybe it was the 2v2 that messed him up. Maybe it was, you know, other
That
issues,
bombing
but Ornn being up 2 levels
when he's
having this much gold. and them having a feat and them getting Dragon off of this because Sejuani can't really contest this right now because of how the bot lane issues. I mean, this is a really strong lead for Contingent Purple, and that was the team we said could not be allowed to get to late game.
Yeah, I mean, I said it before, I'll say it again. You know, or actually, I didn't say it on stream. I said it in our lobby though. I'm excited to see what happens.
It's
For a
really gonna
multitude of
have to be
reasons.
about A-Court, I think. Like, even the Ashe didn't give up a kill, sure, and their summoners are coming back up, but that's still a 20 CS deficit for Walsey.
And you started Cole, which is a unique. Oh,
Oh.
that's gonna be the final spark coming out from Ashe. Or Lux, I mean.
If only Ashe got like final spark.
I know,
But
right?
a trade back happens. It's not
falling
too bad, but
super
you're
low.
making Gragas move so much for this, and they might lose the fight afterwards. Gragas has no way to get to that wave that
Samurai's getting
is at the
pinched
tower.
here. It's gonna be forced to go over the wall.
Okay,
I-
so they live, they get the feet, they get the grubs, but Gragas loses so much for that. Look at this, level 6 to level 5. Urameshi is going to
why
hit
are you
level 7
pushing?
before Kukul.
No! Why are we pushing? No! Just let it come into you. You're so strong. You're up 22 CS. You're up a kill. You're up an entire level and a half.
Oh, this might be the mistake that
That's
Kukul
gonna be
gets.
explosive cast coming forward. Rameshi forced to flash. His E's gonna go away. A-Court falls extremely low and ends up dying to bubble.
All right, so we set it up that we wanted Jolly Rogers to have a chance if they got 2 winning lanes. Currently, they have 0. This is
Yep.
going to be a tough one.
Yeah. Yep. Place your bets now.
Although this
Oh,
might
there's
be
a-
something.
Quick little stun coming off on Lulu. Shield's gonna be enough. Got a really nice trade. Ooh, Sedge's
Samurai's
looking
here
good.
with ult.
There is no vision. Draken's definitely going to fall really low. That's going to be flash forward by Samurai. Cleanse comes out extremely quickly. Draken has to flash forward. That's going to be Zig's ult coming down as well. Brahm's just going to die here. Nothing that they can do. The 4-man bot lane is too much.
Yeah, and I mean, that is something for Jolly Rogers. It was a really nice attempt by Brute Souls. Getting the block off meant that Misfortune didn't fall, so not a complete loss for the AD carry. However, I'm just not sure if it's enough for Jolly
Pickles,
Rogers.
you can't
Like, they're
freeze
in
this,
such
buddy.
an awkward position.
You have no mana. You have no TP. You can't freeze this.
I mean, it looks like he is.
Stop. He's going to fall extremely low. Urameshi does not care. Guys, please just dive top lane. Please. Okay. No.
Looks like they don't want to pull the trigger, and sometimes you can't freeze things that you shouldn't be allowed to, you know? And it's a desperate situation.
He didn't
You know,
freeze
I
it
got
though.
caught on
He walked up. He took a bunch of damage.
Yeah,
Anyway,
well.
he's trying his best. He's trying his best, and that's what matters.
So Samurai has made 1 positive play, and I think it's got to continue. You've got to stabilize at least some other lane as well. I don't think it can be against Urameshi. That guy is
No.
not getting ganked.
Nah, it's
But
a-
maybe you can
As
catch
I
Eyebrow
said, here
Bubble
comes the Hollow Radiance. I already see a Spectre's Cowl and a Bomby Sunder.
Like-
Yeah.
I told you.
That's gonna be
And
tough.
look, J4 is building Death Stance. I hope, please. That's what those items build into, please.
I am thinking that you got to catch Eyeblow Bubbles whenever she makes a mistake, or just keep on hammering down on Drakenrich, because
That's
top lane is
exactly
not going to
what
die to any gank.
No.
But,
I'm curious with the double longsword BF sword, because that's not what Essence Reaver built out of anymore.
Does Bloodthirster doesn't use that anymore, right?
No, Bloodthirster is a pickaxe and a vamp scepter. So
Oh,
that's a
ult's
really good
traded.
it's gonna be Samurai falling pretty low. Brute Souls dealing a little bit of damage. Just like some nice fighting that comes out.
Yeah, I mean, Umeshi may never die, but making sure that Chokles doesn't get dove
good
by 2 people is not the
dodge.
worst usage of Sejuani's time either. But there might be a dive mid lane. I mean, that's a lot of
That's a
people
3-man
grouping up.
mid.
And MF's even
Oh.
coming too. I think they just want grubs, but Acorn has to not get hit by anything here.
I mean, they managed to dodge the Q. That E. Uh-oh.
This is
Brute
a little
Souls
deep for
falling
Braum.
extremely low. That's gonna be the Q coming forward. E as well. Oh,
They
Winner's
just want
Bite
this.
and Conclusive Blows. That's gonna be Brummel coming forward. That's gonna be the stun as well. J4's gonna flag and drag. Holy crap, we got Call of the Forge God coming through as well. That's gonna be a heal and a flash. Cataclysm catching Ziggs, falling extremely low. It's a 2-for-1 on the side. Concussive Flask. Oh, that's gonna be an E flash by Chukos. Good flash by Blubble as well. What is happening? I can't keep up with all of it. Nothing's going
Right,
the way
you
it
can
needs to.
see that there's like a glimmer of hope there. I mean, they've got a really good moment whenever Brute Souls overcommits a little bit or goes for something a little flashy. Unfortunately, Acorn is just not able to flash out of the Cataclysm, and that just means it's full grubs over to Contingent Purple. They still want this though.
Oh, that's gonna be a nice Q. I don't think it's no.
They really want this.
Drakenrich, you can't walk there. You can't walk there. It's gonna be falling pretty low. Phase Rush proc by Chukles. He's gonna try and do something with it. That's still a 3-man. Flag and Drag's gonna miss. Enchanted Crystal Arrow goes wide. It's gonna be
Yeah,
some
it's just
kind of
unfortunate.
shenanigans.
Because
Shenanigans
it
for the
looks
blue buff.
close. It looks close, right? These fights. If one more ability hit, if Acorn's able to flash out, they do get a kill back, but they got 0 of the grubs, and they've got 0 of the feats. Right now, if any
That's
tower
an
goes
MF
down,
cube. Oh, that's going to be Winner's Bite and Concussive Blows. That's going to be Barrier coming out really early. Stun. Brute Soul just trying to walk away. Not really going to be able to. He's getting knocked up and CC'd permanently. It's going to fall.
and that's the power of Sejuani Ash. This is what you drafted for, and this might be them getting their second of the 3 epics required. And they do have Ziggs, so it might be even easier than normal to get that first tower.
No. I have
So-
faith in dragging it out. Go in there and steal. Why did you go Eclipse?
Interesting. Lux is definitely trying to steal this.
I have faith. Do it now. No, you did it too
Nah,
late.
Samurai's
Okay.
not gonna let that happen.
She did it a
No
little earlier.
chance.
She gets it.
So again, if they get the next epic, if they get first tower, they get feats and all of the sins of the early game could be washed away.
Entirely true. Truco's, that's
Well, not this
you
sin.
don't win this, my man. Like, he has a Hollow Radiance, and is building Merc Treads, and you have an Aether Wisp and a Fiendish Codex.
Yeah, I don't know if feats will save them from the acceleration that this Ornn has gotten, but we'll have to see. Oh!
Close. Sejuani is bot. That's gonna be Glacial Prism coming forward. Huge ult coming out. Ash falling really low, flashing forward. That's gonna be the knockup from Braum as well. Glacial Fisher hitting 3. I don't know if it's gonna be enough though. Can Brute Souls walk out? He's gonna get continually slowed.
No way. Not
There's
from
no
these
way.
two.
Fancy
There's
feet,
no
baby
one walking
girl.
away from
Fancy
this.
feet. He's gonna stand behind me to a minion. It's not gonna be enough.
Not even Impesa can walk away from Sejuani Lulu. I'm sorry. And that's really what Samurai is doing. You know what? Screw what camps are coming up. Screw what objectives are coming out. Where is my Ashe? I'm sticking to her, and it's working out. That is 2 times in a row that Samurai has just been glued to where Ashe is and gotten kills for it.
Yeah. So MF did go Bloodthirster, which is the, you know, I mean, I guess it's okay. I have.
I
my
could
opinions.
see the idea being that you can bait out a lot with Bloodthirster because there's no way your Ornn ever dies. So the only issue is ever if you
Otacon
die. You
top
don't really
lane,
need to bring
baby.
damage.
Let's go.
You never need to bring damage as MF in this comp. All you need to do is bait people in for Urameshi to just tank forever. And Bloodthirster just makes sure the only way you could possibly lose, which is like Sejuani ult, Ashe Arrow, Ziggs ult, is just a little bit harder.
Oh, they did a little lane swap. Dragon Ridge is falling pretty low. Tower's gonna take it. It's gonna take a tower shot.
Yeah, but Ziggs is definitely good in these situations. It's really hard to dive him, and it's really hard to keep your wave.
Who needs a wave? Can't wait to just watch Urameshi this entire game. I
think that death
all-
total is going to stay at 0.
I would have to agree, guys. You can't dive the Gragas. Oh, Samurai's finding Dragon.
This epic
Oh.
would be the feat. If Contingent Purple gets this, they absolutely get feats. If Jolly Rogers get it, they have a chance to get feats if they get first tower. So I think that's why both teams are looking at it pretty intently.
Yeah, I mean, I think we all remember the LS clip where he describes Ornn. That's kind of where we're at right now.
Oh, Arrow?
Enchanted Crystal Arrow is going to go ahead and it's going to hit J4. J4 is falling extremely low. He's pretty stunned. Getting stunned up over and over. Call of the Forge God coming forward. It's going to hit Sedge. It's going to knock her up. Braum is trying. That's going to be Winter's Bite falling. Just going to walk away from the 4v4.
But that's a lot of tools used for Jolly Rogers Black Pearl. And they're the one with the impetus to have to walk into any objective coming up. Oh,
Another small fight. Another small skirmish kind of brewing in the mid lane.
right, but they're kind of caught between a rock and a hard place because if they fight the Rift Herald, they lose top tower to Urameshi. So they have to get both the Rift Herald and first tower. Ziggs has no chance of getting bot tower before this goes down.
They're losing tower to Urameshi anyways. Look at this man. He does not care.
And once they commit to that, J4 starts Rift Herald. It's just impossible to protect both.
Yo, good damage, guys.
Top lane tank fights, classic.
I mean, look at Urameshi's build. Hollow
Yeah,
Radiance,
that's true, too.
Merc Treads, and a Null Magic Mantle.
Kragus should just build BF Sword at this point, basically.
like, what do you
Not
do?
really, but it just feels so hopeless.
A Void Staff first item? Question mark? Like, that's kind of
Alright, this will upgrade their boots, I believe, if I've done my math correctly, but Sejuani? Oh, get the eye.
No,
Is it worth it?
that's going to be the Flagon Dragon coming forward. Cataclysm all the way back on Ashe. That's going to be Lulu ult, knocking her up. Concussive blows also stunning up Ashe. Ashe is falling extremely low. Got finally killed, and now it's a 1v5 from Samurai. And,
Yeah, dragging it out looked a little lost there, but at the end of the day, they just said,
Yeah, they
I
get
have
the Rift
MF
Herald.
ult.
He had to get the Rift Herald. That's why he went back
I
in.
think he got it. Yeah, he
No,
got it.
Yeah, that's why he went back in, though.
Right. So he got it, and then he went in because it was like, oh, MF's here, or MF, sorry. Ziggs and Ash are here. Or Ash is here. Sorry.
Get the free kill.
Regardless, yeah, they get everything for it now. Upgraded boots for everyone except for MF. MF might want to, or in Braum, MF might want to buy tier 2 boots early now because it's extra stats. A little awkward for her for sure. But I mean, because Jolly Roger spent so much time contesting the Rift Herald and Top Tower, yes, they get Bot Tower, but this Dragon, I don't know that they get to reset him and fight it again either.
I like the just sheer aura that Chukels had on Brute Souls there. Just walked at him.
Like, they're stalling this out, and it's just letting Ibo Bubbles take the top tower while having TP as well. Their only pressure is this bot wave that's not even fully hitting the tower. Yes, they've started Dragon, but any fight here would be a massive win for Contingent Purple, surely. But they want to go for the tower first, and then fight it after they're committed.
I mean, and that's totally fine. There's going to be a fight growing out. That's going to be a flash coming away from Ash. They are pincered. Call of the Forge God is going to hit 3! Yeah. That's going to be a huge knockup. Concussive blows falling extremely low. On the Gragas, that's going to be Lulu coming forward. It's a 2v3 in the front line, 2v4 in the front line. Sejuani's going to fall extremely low. That is a 1 for 2.
And Rift Herald's just hitting mid, by the way.
Yeah, the other 3 members.
And they got Dragon because Ornal happened to take it. I don't think Dragon out even smited.
Wait,
oh,
Ziggs,
wait, Pillar.
Ziggs, you can't TP there. Why are you allowed to live?
I'm sorry, I didn't see the TP. I was looking at the Ornn Q blocking the Herald charge. They're kind of awkward there. But they even get the other charge with Herald having no health because Ziggs TP'd. Accord has no health.
That's going to be an E4 from
I don't think this fight is really possible.
I don't know.
You know what? They're going to let him get away with it because at the end of the day, one extra Gygas kill is not going to change things. They have a commanding lead right now, 5k, plus they got that Dragon. Even if they had given it up, though, I cannot see how Jolly Rogers brings this back without a major mistake from Contingent Purple.
I don't know. I'm pretty sure that Negatron Cloak is turning into a force of nature. Like, what do you do?
Yeah, it would have to be multiple mistakes.
Like, how are you killing Ornn? Jolly Rogers, please
Ashes almost got her coal finished.
Oh.
If she can get some items.
No. I highly disagree. I don't think Ash is ever killing Ornn until 6 items when she has Kraken
some
Slayer,
being 5 more
BF
items,
sword, Lord Doms, you know, a Bork possibly, Runins, like, and even then. Ooh,
this Ornn is definitely a problem. And I get why Samurai and Dragon is out both path there. They figured if the other one did and they didn't, it could lead to this. The problem was Samurai did not commit, and Urameshi got first blood in a matchup that's not supposed to happen.
Yeah, and it just really just accelerated him in that scaling position.
I mean, it didn't help that the other lanes also had issues. Just in the future, I do think that they're going to have to look back at that play and say, you know, this was going to cause the game to be hard no matter what.
I really like the Gragas Q dealing, what is that? 70 damage, maybe? Or maybe 70.
A lot of health.
Maybe.
Oh, Samurai.
Samurai's falling low. Easily able to get away, though.
Oh.
All this is right now is it's just like...
They can't even match the Ornn right now, either.
Skirmish. Wait, why are we not ulting the Lux here? What? Okay. Oh my god. That's going to be a flash coming out from Braum. Samurai's looking for bubbles. What is happening? We got to fight on two
I think they
different
could counter
fronts.
engage.
I'm feeling like the USSR. That's going to be a huge Glacial Fissure coming forward. Samurai's falling really low. That's going to be Enchanted Crystal Arrow hitting MF in the backline. She's going to use Cleanse immediately. Chukels dealing so much damage to the Braum. That's going to be the MF ult. Bullet time. Pushing away 3 members. Gragas finally falls.
I mean,
like
I get that Samurai's looking for any engage ever because they're desperate, but unfortunately it just goes on too long without them being able to capitalize and kill someone. And that just means Braum can walk up and start any fight. He was literally 1v4 for a little bit there because his team is so far ahead. Even if he dies, he knows that that's going to be a one fight, and it is.
I'm telling you, I feel like I'm watching like Germany from World War II. You got just fights on both fronts. You got the
Yeah,
Allies on one
absolutely.
side, and you got the USSR on the other, and it's just, oh my god, it's so hard to
Is
keep
that
track of.
is it? Is
Little history lesson for everyone.
Mm-hmm. Now, dragon spawning. For Jolly Roger, it really hurts that the Orin was able to steal the dragon because Contingent took a risk. They went for Rift Herald mid. They went for taking the tower mid and said, "You can have the dragon. We're gonna take the fight afterwards." They just happened to also get. Oh, that's insulting.
That's
That's so mean. That's bullying behavior. Anyways, they also got the dragon, which means you don't even have a chance of getting soul point off a miracle fight, and this is not a
Broncos
miracle.
is getting caught. That's gonna be winner's bite, and then concussive blows, stunning him up. Flag and drag. He's just falling so low. He doesn't have any of the resistances needed.
Okay, but they are committing for dragon here, but I think that right now Jolly Rogers is going for an attempt at Otacon.
Guys, you
cannot try to kill Urameshi here, though. I think it takes way too long.
Enchanted Crystal Arrow goes wide. Urameshi, he's saying what's up. That's gonna be Glacial Prism as well. He might actually die.
He can die, and that means they are in position for Otacon. It didn't take as long as I initially anticipated, and it's just a little slow for this dragon attempt. I don't think that Contingent Purple could get there, and trading objectives is what you need to do whenever you're this far behind. They're gonna try to go there, though, I think. The way they're pathing, I mean, it looks like it's burning pretty quickly. This is no Orin. Otacon did not build a bunch of magic resist, so it will go down. And that is GAs for everyone. MF is walking really weird.
MF, you can't be there. You're not allowed to be there. Okay,
Well,
sure, I guess.
yes, you are.
No, you are not.
It does feel a little weird because even if you do find someone and pick them off, you're only getting 100 gold while you have a lead, and the worst case scenario there, you flash and die anyways. I think that Drakenrich really should be more cautious in the future, recognizing that as AD carry, you really cannot afford to make those plays, even whenever you're this far ahead.
You mechanic return. That's weird.
That's what that was.
I mean, you might as well. Ash is not killing you. You were right about that. This is a Runaan's Hurricane Ash.
Yeah, I told you. I mean, Ziggs is just gonna clear the wave. Dragon's falling semi-low. Bubble. That's gonna be Glacial Prison. Good dodge by Samurai. Explosive Cask is gonna knock Bubble. Enchanted Crystal Arrow is gonna finish off the Lux.
Do the tried and true. We drafted Sejuani Ash, put them together.
Okay.
If Orin's not there, he can't not die.
No, don't make it. That should not have happened that way. You know,
I mean,
like,
perhaps, but
like, let's not flash in straight lines. Like, let's, you know, but if it works, it works.
yeah, this teleport is a little risky right now. Urmashi does have TP. Baron just spawned. However, with MF building the way that she is, which is more that defensive route, I don't know that their Baron damage is that quick that they can force it. And Ziggs can affect a fight from far away, so I'm not sure if that's going to be the go button for Contingent Purple. And you do have to take risks whenever you're behind.
Oh,
And, I mean, they do also have Voracious GAs right now.
I was gonna say free Otacon GAs are gonna do some work.
It's about
That's
to
gonna
wear
be
off soon,
Lulu
though.
Winner's bite. No, nothing's gonna happen. They're just kind of saying what's up. I would like
Acceptable.
to. I would like to remind you of my statement before the game started.
I mean, sometimes Desperation Barons work,
I
and
would
you know
like
what?
to remind you of the timing and the
Oh.
statement that I made. Concussive Cask is not gonna do anything.
I think Jolly Roger
Okay,
is just
guys.
really pressured to use the GAs before they wear off.
Okay, guys. Come on. We got.
And they're wearing off really soon. I
we got
can't even see
23
that much of it.
seconds. We got 23 seconds for my prediction to be correct.
GAs have worn off. I don't think they're going to go for it. And at this
No.
point, if Contingent
There were
Purple goes to
5
Baron, I
people
think
at
they're getting it.
Baron. There were 5 people there. I am saddened.
Maybe next time.
I'm saddened. There were 5 people walking towards it. I was so confident.
Oh, this might be a play setup onto Chukles. You get this pick, and then Baron is a real possibility. Looks like they're just gonna go for
they just want the Gromp.
little Grompy instead.
They just
Oh,
went to Gromp.
speaking of 5 people walking to Baron Pit, I think they're just clearing vision. but this would be an excellent time. The bot lane's recalling and everyone is bot lane. I just don't know that Zig, Sejuani, Ashe have the damage for it, so they're probably just clearing vision. Oh,
Yeah,
cancel
they,
back.
They most certainly do not have the damage. But
Did
Truples-
Urumeshi's health bar go down?
No. Truples has no mana though.
I mean, it's a tempo play.
Yeah.
Ornn
Gonna
does stay
recall
here
on a
now,
pink
but
ward. Oh yeah. Okay, gonna-
isn't this what Urameshi almost wanted, though? Unfortunately.
What is
Oh,
happening? Concussive Blows is going to stun up Sedge. Sedge is actually going to start to fall low. Enchanted Crystal Arrow goes onto the MF. That's going to be a huge bullet time. It's going to be another Glacial Prison. Cleanses are coming out. Samurai is just getting stunned over and over. It's going to fall.
now they're
to
going towards
damage.
Baron, but this is soul spawning as well in 48 seconds, so this might be
Stop recalling in his face, dude. Please.
they're definitely going to go for Baron here. I imagine that they get it. However, this is going to be a mad dash for the Dragon's Pit whenever Samurai respawns, because, I mean, you can give up Baron, but can you really give up Hextech Soul?
No, not at all. Urameshi. Yeah. Oh, you took damage, dude. Nice.
Yeah, Urumeshi's health is not full. Congratulations. That's a win in and of itself, you know?
Yeah, I mean, it was the tower that did that damage. Random Ziggs ult trying to steal it. Not going to be enough.
I was closer than I thought, considering Dragon had Smite the entire time, but is saving it for Soul. So there is a chance. It just doesn't quite work out.
The fight is brewing. See, we moved
Now-
on from World War II, and now we're at the Cold War, right? So now we got the U.S., right? We got the U.S. That's Contingent Purple, and then we got Cuba as Jolly Rogers. Cuba and the USSR. Oh, that's going to be some CC going down on the Root Souls. Call of the Forge God's going to come forward. It's going to hit 3. Channel Crystal Arrow misses. Big bullet time hitting 2 more. That's going to be Drakenrich getting 1. Root Souls is falling extremely low. Glacial Frisher coming forward. Stuns up Ashe. It's a slaughter.
That was so disgusting. Samurai was stunned for about 30 seconds on Sapphire. I think she was trying to get to Sejuani, and she
don't
just
even know what happened.
dies before it even happens. She doesn't even ult herself because I think she's just mashing R on that Sejuani. And unfortunately, the bullet time, not even intending to target the Lulu, kills
just
her.
is there.
Just collateral, if you will. Like the Cold War.
Why are we recalling? Please stop recalling. Please take the tower with your team. You have a Bloodthirster. Okay.
Yeah, you have to imagine this is the final push. You don't need MF to really... I mean, they're not going to end the game
you
here,
do need MF.
but the game is going to be over.
But
Okay, I did think
this-
that they were going to take at least one inhib.
no, this game is. It's not over, but it is fundamentally over.
This
right?
might be
Like,
one way to... Nah, you can't get the bubbles, and she's not going to die if you don't hit it with some kind of slow.
Yeah. And Ashe is trying her best, but it's just the leads on other sides of the map are just too strong, right? And you've already got Ornn items coming out on both of your carries, and now J4 as well. So like,
Plus Hextech Soul? That's disgusting.
yeah, good luck.
Like,
So
even
what's
if
the
you
goal?
moved Hextech Soul to the other side, I don't know that it's a slam dunk for Jolly Rogers.
Yeah, I
It might still
what's
be
the
them
goal
losing.
difference on lanes here?
Mm-hmm. Let me
Press
see if
that
my
X
X
key.
button works. It
Oh, it
seems like
works.
it does. The stream can't see, but
Oh my.
it's a lot.
Yeah, that's 2k top lane, that's 1.5k jungle, 2.2k mid, 2.3k AD, and then a full 1,000 gold lead support. So
It's not looking good. I believe the base is going to get cracked here. Inhibitor will go down, and they can just always rotate and go to bot inhib. But this is a
it's gonna
fight.
be Glacial Prison, Enchanted Crystal Arrow. Oh, MF is getting knocked all the way forward into Gragas. That's gonna be a double knock up. MF's falling extremely low. It's not gonna be enough though. She's just standing inside the Gragas cask. Okay. They're gonna end the game, I think. But
And you know, that will be Contingent Purple taking the first game of the series. It's just unfortunate that Jolly... Oh, maybe a
Samurai's
kill over.
trying.
Not even.
False left.
It's just unfortunate that I think that last fight was their best mechanically played fight of the game so far. It just didn't matter.
I would agree. They played it as well as one could hope, based on the position that you were in that game, right? Like it's brutal.
And I think that it's something that you called from draft. I mean, there were definitely times where the gameplay mechanical differences showed up. Like, I think top lane probably would have been hard regardless of the draft issues, but once that happened, the draft issues basically spelled out doom for Jolly Rogers, and meant Contingent Purple had a very easy time continuing to balloon their lead until they won.
Yeah, I mean, like it. I hate to say it, but it really didn't even look that close, right? Like aside from the first 5 minutes of the game, it
And I think that's a draft difference for sure. I think you see a more balanced draft, especially with the mistakes that even Contingent Purple made a draft. Those mistakes are recoverable that were happening in game. But once you have an Ornn that's up a kill, first blood for the team with the Ornn, and you've got these damage issues, it's impossible.
I mean, like I said, right? Ornn just he builds Hollow Radiance, he builds another MR tank item, he builds Merc Treads, and then he eventually builds a Thorn Mail for your Ashe. And what do you do?
At the same time, though, I mean, you can keep some of the draft for Jolly Rogers. You saw the Sejuani Ash completely work. If that doesn't get banned, run it back and just change your other backline threats. There's
For
no
sure.
need to bring Gragas Ziggs into that comp, but that core worked beautifully, even with the Lulu, which, could have been something else. The Lulu was fine, for sure.
I would have loved to see Renata. I think it would have worked out so well. Braum jumps in, immediately gets stuck in place. Oh god, it would have been great. But what can you do?
Not draft Gragas Ziggs Ash, because I think those three champions just don't work together, unfortunately.
Yeah, let's not draft those two champs, I think.
But at the same time, you need to be able to bring something that can beat the Ornn if you're not going to ban it, because you've just shown that they can pick Ornn
Play Gwen, man. That's like
into
one
that
of
matchup.
Gwen's...
It'd be fine.
Yeah, that's like one
Yeah.
of Gwen's most preferred matchups.
Right, and I
if
think
you're not gonna play the Ornn and you know that he performed, you know that they're probably gonna pick Ornn again, and if they do, you have the counter pick. Just pick the Gwen.
or even just pick your own super tank and have some kind of carry mid
or
bot
Trundle,
that can
or Fiora that gets to go in that side lane and be like, yo, our teams are 4v4ing now. And then if the 5v5 does ever happen, you're just in a better situation.
Either
I'm
way,
excited
I
to see what
expect to
happens.
see some draft changes. And I'm
One
just going to
more
remind our
second.
producer, I probably will need a link again because my chat is broken again. Classic.
At least your client kind of works.
True. But again, reminder to the chat, for Arbiter and all of our leagues that are not draft league, it will be normal draft. With everyone switching over to Fearless Draft in the pro scene, I imagine we're going to lag behind one split, and then that will happen. It is up to the teams and players ultimately, so it's not guaranteed.
There's our draft.
But they will probably vote for Fearless whenever they're watching LCS and Worlds and everywhere play Fearless, So, however, as a reminder, this is not Fearless. Ornn can and probably will be played again. And it looks like, I can't see chat again, but it looks like they have chosen blue side for the Jolly Rogers. At least that's where they've lined up, so I hope so.
Right. I get.
And that's
not
what
the
draft
link
says as well, so. On blue side, you have the opportunity to just pick the Ornn yourself, There's no reason to make...
be one Ornn. Please don't be one Ornn. You will get stomped. Please don't be one Ornn.
There's options,
No, let's not do that.
It probably would be a mistake. I just think sometimes there are options that seem like suicide in higher levels that at this level, you really ask the question, can Contingent Purple play the Gwen? Have you practiced it enough to feel comfortable on
Uh, pick anything.
it? Well, there are other options too, yes.
Like, like it doesn't have to be Gwen. Gwen was just like the easiest, right? Uh, you know, like pick Alawi, pick
Alawi
Cassante,
would be fun to see in a game
pick
like last one.
you know, pick TK,
Could you
pick
imagine
Set.
if instead of Ornn they picked Alawi too? That would have been its own version of Unstoppable.
Right. Oh god, that would have been awful. That's what I do. When I get autofilled top lane, I pick Alawi, I go 12 CS a minute and I just wait for the enemy team to come to me.
Hmm.
And I'm usually like 1v4 top lane.
Either way, I think the draft needs to absolutely change.
For
The
sure.
bans, maybe you can't change them, but the picks have got to change.
100.
If you at least want to ban the Ornn, that's not the worst. I just think that the problems go deeper than Ornn because it could have been a Malphite or not Malphite, I guess, like Galio or
There's not an
any kind
insta
of
ban
tank,
this time,
Mundo.
which is nice. They actually thought about it. It's gonna be a Moo.
I'm sure they thought about it before. They just thought about it before the draft. To be clear.
It's gonna be another Zyra ban coming out from Contingent Purple. See what
Yeah,
Jolly
same band
Rogers
so far.
responds. So Jolly Rogers has banned a Moo and Contingent Purple has banned Zyra.
Yes.
That's it.
No, I'm saying it's the same bands as game one.
Oh yes.
Slightly different
Yes,
order,
yes.
but
No,
so
same order.
far nothing has changed.
Now there's a
So
little
we'll
bit
have
of a
to
difference. Same bands, Mordekaiser, Seraphine.
And I don't expect anything to change. I mean, for
Ari,
at least
yeah.
Contingent Purple. And if you're gonna keep the same bands like that on Jolly
Oh,
Rogers Black
Contingent
Pearl.
Purple, you know what to do, baby girls.
Okay, so they do ban
Slam
the
that
MF.
horn.
I like the MF ban a change whenever you're on red side. It does seem like both AD carries probably play it, and you don't want to play into it whenever they already showed that propensity for Wombo combo drafts.
Oh, they're gonna pick
Jinx
Jinx.
is a really interesting blind pick. I
That's
mean,
fine.
I know it just lost, but the Ashe Sejuani would have felt great here. Jinx, however, does bring the damage that Ashe absolutely lacked.
Well, so here's the thing, right? Like, I think with Jinx, you have the ability to just go completely neutral in the lane, even into like a Caitlyn.
Mm-hmm.
The
Oh,
question
especially
is,
into Caitlyn. If you go neutral, you're happy.
yeah, the question is, are they actually gonna do that? Right.
I expect both junglers to be more interested in bot lane than last time with this kind of matchup.
Yeah,
However, it is kind of hard to play that lane as the Jinx player, depending on the
like
supports.
you need to have. This is a game where I would want a Lulu. I would want a Enchanter support that just kind of, we're gonna chill, we're gonna do nothing. You're gonna help me, get 10 CS a minute, and then 23, 24 minutes into the game, we're gonna go mid lane. We're gonna get a free kill, and then we're gonna go Baron.
Yeah, now the Jarvan makes a lot more sense for Contingent Purple. It did great last game. It was a little questionable to pick it that early. This time it makes a lot of sense into Jinx.
Yes, there is the Sejuani pick that comes out as well.
You get the Lulu. I mean, you still got that nice CC. As you said, it helps the Jinx immensely more than it helped the Ashe. It definitely could work here. And Caitlyn struggles to kill Sejuani a little bit more than bullet time to her face does.
I would agree.
Now,
We'll see,
Braum is
but
not the worst
I
either.
know. I'm not a fan.
It does help
Okay.
with the lane. Devil's
I'm not a
advocate.
fan. I'm not a fan.
It does help with the Jarvan, right? Yes, Lulu could probably peel off the Jarvan as well, but with the amount of times that Contingent overextended just because they were ahead, maybe they keep that mentality, and Braum is great in those situations. Now, Galio is an interesting pickup, especially with Jig showing.
What is happening? Malzahar
I mean, it's the classic
ban.
Jarvan Galio. I mean, it's not Camille Galio, but it kind of works the same way, right?
Kinda. There's the Ornn ban.
Yeah, it's definitely worth it for sure. You're getting value out of that ban.
They said maybe not. Maybe we don't.
Well, Jolly Rogers has to blind pick one of their lanes, and if
You blind pick
Contingent had
mid lane.
picked their mid laner, it would have been hard for them to play around Ornn and some kind of carry, So I really like this waiting to ban Ornn until the second bans.
100%. We'll see Malphite ban, so it looks like they're just removing the hyper tanks, or at least some of the hyper tanks. Please pick Tom Kench. My God,
My
please.
draft law has completely frozen. That's interesting.
It's okay. I'll let you know what they pick.
Refreshing seemed to work, so I think I'm up to date now. I'm kind of curious what they pair the Caitlyn with, to be honest.
Oh, well,
Oh, that's a
okay. That's a
classic.
Lux. That's probably a Lux support.
I mean, I Believe Bubbles did play it last time, so it's kind of a flex, but there is a Galio showing. However, I mean, if you want to play Orin top, you can play Galio top too. It kind of works, especially if Jolly Rogers is trying to blind pick Gragas.
Yeah, let's not pick Gragas again. Mr. Belly Rogers Black Pearl. Let's not.
And that is
Fire.
not what they played mid last time. This is kind of
Uh,
interesting.
Guys, how are we gonna play these fights? Guys.
I mean, it is interesting that we picked a mage that has almost a worse time into Jarvan than last time, and now there's a Lux Caitlyn Galio as
I do
well.
like the Gnar pick.
Gnar is a pretty good way to make these fights happen, though.
I do like the Gnar pick. It's also just a laner that can neutralize a lot of the bad top lane matchups. So, no, I'm telling you though, please, like Tom Kench. Yes. Pick the
I
frog.
do think that this could show weakness for Jolly Rogers in A court specifically, though. This is the second time that he's picked a control mage in a situation where it's not the best choice. And you start to wonder if it's a champion pool issue.
I would definitely not be surprised, especially at these lower ranks, you know. I mean, that's
Now,
just how
Maokai,
it is sometimes.
they have once again for Contingent drafted a press R button comp, which
That's
what
fine.
it worked last time.
It worked
But this
last
is
time
some
and
interesting
it worked
flex.
real well last time.
Yeah, so I think we should know where the champions are going, just because of even though they have flexes. Yeah, it should just be Lux support, Galio mid, J4 jungle, Maokai top. I guess J4 and I don't know. There could be some switches, so we'll let you know once they lock in exactly where they're going. My brain is not big enough to figure out if it's locked in for sure.
It's definitely gonna be Lux support. Just
Yeah, because
base.
there's no other support really. I mean, Maokai could support, but
No,
then
Maokai
you
can
have no
definitely
top.
play support, but it's
Oh, I guess you could see Maokai support Galio top Lux mid, but I think you're
you're
right
not
that
gonna
it's Lux
want that.
support.
You want your Caitlyn
Yeah.
Lux to be bot lane.
Mm-hmm.
You want them to try and punish the melee range matchup. You know, is that gonna happen? Doubtful. But the idea is there. Like they
I mean, it is
understand
pretty
that
easy to
happen.
punish a Jinx Braum for sure. I did feel like Jolly Rogers were unfortunately put into a place where, yes, if they went even, they're super happy. But with this jungle combo and picking the Jinx so early, I could see it going very poorly for them very quickly.
We'll have to see exactly how all of that plays out.
I do expect for the junglers to path towards bot this time. Last time it made sense to try to get the Gragas ahead. Maybe you wanted to get a kill on Ornn while he was still killable. This time, your Jinx is like the most important champion on the Rift right now for you, for Jolly Roger.
100%. If you can get that Jinx even, you know, something small to work with, the game is just so much more playable.
Now, I'm kind of curious what the Veigar adaptation is about. I wouldn't have even hated Ziggs in this situation. It's better this game than it was last game. But the
certainly.
Veigar adaptation, I guess, at the end of the day, they realized that they were not able to push an early lead in lanes. Maybe they think that something with Veigar where he's a little bit better early and has that late game scaling potential, maybe they can play the slow side with the Jinx, picking up the Veigar just to have a little bit easier time in the early game and have a scaling late game to work with the Jinx.
I don't
Might
know
be
if
the
I would
idea there.
call Veigar like a decent early game champ. I'm gonna be so real with you.
It definitely depends. He does okay into Galio, I'm sure. Like he's just, chilling.
Yeah, he's chilling like a villain, but his lack of agency in the mid lane
Mhm.
into this, essentially global roamer, right? Sure, early, Galio's going to be hate and life just as it is into a melee range matchup. But the second that Galio hits 6, or he has, that first half item or so, Veigar's not.
Oh, I have
Veigar's.
some news for the
Oh,
stream. Bubbles
my.
has locked in Lux for her mid lane, and there's a Maokai top lane, so it is not options that we explored. It's actually Galio support.
Yeah, so.
Which,
That's a problem.
you see, I don't mind not putting the Lux bot lane. I mind drafting
do.
Galio support.
Yeah.
Because I respect that maybe you want to put Bubbles on a comfort champion. I don't like the idea of drafting a melee engage for your Caitlyn into Jinx Braum. I think with both of those, or Braum wasn't showing, but actually, yeah, Braum was showing. I think this could be a major mistake for Contingent and lead to Jolly Rogers tying up the match. So bot lane just got a lot more interesting.
Yeah, that's definitely rough. I will admit.
I mean, I'm wondering what happened in the players' comms that made them think Galio support was the pick here. It's an off-meta pick. Yes, you are flexing. Maybe you get a nice pick out of them picking a melee mid, and then you show them the Lux mid. But if you don't win that battle in draft, which they did not, Jolly Rogers did not bite the bait, your bot lane is so much weaker.
Yeah. I mean, Caitlyn already falls off mid game, so if she doesn't get a lead in this lane, and this lane is looking to neutralize, Contingent, I spoke so highly of you guys last game, and now.
I mean, I like the draft until this last second swap, but either way, we're gonna have to see how it shakes out. I'm really interested in the bot lane early game. I thought it was just gonna be Caitlyn Lux bullying Jinx, but now it might be a bit more explosive whenever we come back from a break. All right, welcome back to Jolly Rogers versus Contingent Purple. Jolly Rogers is down 0-1, but they're looking to bring it back, and I have some news for everyone. Sorry. Anyways, Jolly Rogers, not Jolly Rogers, Contingent Purple has changed their support from Brute into Foxhound Kaz, who is a mid lane main, which explains the Galio being in his champ pool. And they are waiting for a similar invade that happened last game. Actually, I think Contingent Purple did not go into this bush, but they're expecting an invade now. And it might work out. Actually, no, this did happen on the other side. Sorry. But it looks like Taunt comes out. A-Court is going to have to flash here, and I'm not sure if that's going to be enough. Flash in from Kaz, auto attack, ignite. You don't care first blood goes over to your support because it means you get that feat. So that will be first blood for Jolly Rogers, and you know this was necessary. Getting a lead early for the Kate Galio. I just didn't quite expect it to be like this. They aren't going to be able to use that gold immediately though. And Chuckles is going to be able to probably bully a lot more than he did last game. Naruto melee typically goes pretty much like that. Yeah, but look at this. Urameshi not having the ability to trade as much as he did last game. Gets over with the auto attack though for the grass proc. It's not completely over. It just feels really bad as that melee into Gnar matchup. Oh, but Chuckles gets level 2. Now, Gnar level 2 is not completely oppressive in that he can't really force an engage until he's mega. But I mean, that's only saying that it doesn't get that much more oppressive. It's still, you know, started out oppressive. Meanwhile, bot lane, I do like that while C-Top and Sapphire have gotten control of this wave for now. However, Jarvan doesn't necessarily have to go to topside. Looks like Dragon will decide to do so. And that means that it's actually Samurai that's going to be here first for junglers. Dragon out instead electing to go top lane and maybe get Maokai some breathing space. Depending on how that lane goes. Yeah.
I've returned. My client is still broken.
Congratulations. First blood happened. Foxhound Kaz flashed in, ignited, and got the kill onto A-Court, who also had to flash, which makes mid lane much harder. And then top lane's going how you expect it. Bot lane, kind of nice for the Jinx right now.
Yeah, the DCS lead is not that bad. Just slight skirmishes, honestly. Like it's top lane, right? Top lane's gonna skirmish.
Yeah.
Top lane's gonna do top lane things.
Now, what I do like, however, is that the junglers are on completely opposite sides of the map this time. And I think it's really going to come down to which lane they can snowball and get ahead more. But if this Jinx gets, you know, a kill, that's going to be a problem for the rest of the game for sure. Samurai does walk on a ward, though, so they should see this coming. I mean, the Waste is just such an awkward spot.
Yeah.
It looks like Sejuani's going to go for Crab now, which buys them the time to get the crash attempt in, but the wave just comes in right now.
I hate
Sejuani.
right games.
Oh.
Actually, maybe I shouldn't say
Top
that.
lane
but...
fight. Oh, Cass finds Sejuani.
Stops the
Cancels that
recall.
recall. I mean, that's a big deal because Jarvan's going to be on the map first and has
Dragon's
basically
gonna-
the choice.
Stop touching the
going-
wave, please. There's no point. Stop touching it.
You know how it is. Urameshi
Urmeshi's falling
does...
really low. Just getting...
I mean, it's great if you get the recall off, but that was dangerous.
That was... It's falling real low. Galio's trying to make something happen, but... Oh, it's going to be the E-forward from Galio. Justice Punch. Chomper's coming out. Going to get slowed. Cussive Blows almost finds the fourth. Nothing else really happens.
And this is the problem with picking Galio support. You know, he got a kill. He's, you know, able to get the engage that he wants, but I mean, just imagine if we had a Lux down here, or even like,
A Nautilus?
anything that could just work with the Caitlyn.
A Pike? Morgana? Like there's so much.
But they are pushing Jinx under tower, getting what Caitlyn wants, these plates. And you're certainly not jumping on them with that Galio there,
Oh no,
with
not at
Sapphire
all.
being so low.
I would love to see Dragon Ridge place some progressive traps, but I don't think we'll be seeing that happen, unfortunately.
Yeah, it looks like both junglers are cross-map again. And with a Sejuani, maybe then you can jump on the Galio, but look at Sapphire's health and Walsey's health. Like, it just looks so hard for this gank to be successful. It looks like they're gonna go for it, maybe. Oh.
Okay, that's gonna be Justice Punch coming forward. That's gonna be just a free kill going up to Dragon Ridge. Flash forward by Samurai. Samurai is really trying to make Foxhound fall. Foxhound's gonna fall really low. Jinx is gonna get excited. That's gonna be Fishbones doing lots of damage. Dragon Ridge is trying to get away. Cleanse the slow from the net, I guess.
Okay, it feels bad to come gank and lose one of your members. At the same time, you got the Jinx a kill, and you're getting this dragon, and actually,
Oh, yeah.
I think Dragon's
That's
dead.
gonna be another kill. That's gonna be Dragon Ridge having to flash. Cleanses, thinks he probably has heal. That's a bit unfortunate. Samurai's falling really low to the dragon.
They might have given up dragon for that kill, which I don't know is worth it, because
Oh,
Samurai...
falling super low. Wow.
Does Lux try to finish this? Bubbles is not leaving the pit right now.
No.
I
And
wish
you got Galio
camera-
and J4 also walking down. Can the camera go back, please?
No, Urameshi's
Urameshi's
gotta fight
going
top
forward.
lane.
He's gonna fight inside his minion wave. Chukles is gonna fall pretty low. Minions do a lot of damage at this point in time. Chukles is looking to go forward. That's gonna be both ults coming out from the top lane fight. Grass procs back and forth. Urameshi's knocking him back into the wave. That's gonna be a kill going over to Urameshi.
Oh, suddenly it looks so bad for Jolly Rogers. They get everything they wanted. They get the Jinx
I
kill. They
told
start
you.
dragging up.
I
But while we were looking at
told
that,
I told
Jarvan
you.
gets dragon, and Urameshi wins the 1v1 top lane, which was a major, important source of pressure. You can't have both your side lanes losing. With the Gnar bullying topside, it was fine. Once he solo dies, though, that becomes much harder.
What can I say? Call me Nostradamus for my predictions. Like, this game is rough.
Yeah.
This game is really bad.
You still got the Jinx. Last time, once you fell behind, it was over. This time, Walsey is still that shining beacon of hope for Jolly Rogers to make this series 1-1. That shining beacon of hope is in trouble, though.
It's gonna be Justice Punch. Chompers coming out. Concussive blows, stuns up. That's gonna be a flash coming out from Galio. Super Mega Death Rocket's not actually doing all that much damage. It's gonna be Caitlyn ult coming out, almost killing Sapphire. She lives with just a small amount of HP. Another fight going on top lane. Chukles falling relatively low. Urameshi's trying to fight. That minion wave is doing plenty of damage, though. Chukles Meganar is gone. Gonna get that final grass proc and just kind of walk out.
Yeah, and this is the problem. If your top lane cannot suitably punish Maokai, that means that Jarvan can just come down here and make sure this tower goes down. And once you lose first tower, and they get feats, and they've got this Caitlyn with so much gold. I mean, she's got BF Sword and another item right now. It's just so hard.
What's the gold difference, by the way? Let's take a look, shall we?
It is
Oh my
3.5k on Caitlyn to 3k on Jinx. And Chukles is not having a good time right now. He's trying to bully in the same way that he was earlier. It's just not working out the same way.
Yeah, this is brutal, to say the least.
And also, that's feats at an extremely early rate. You can't even tell on the client that they've gotten feats because there's no... Oh.
What is going on? Okay, that's gonna be Maokai ult coming up. Chukles is falling really low. That's just one grass proc on both. Urameshi might be looking for a double kill. That's gonna be the coming forward.
Oh,
Then it's gonna slow up
gosh.
Samurai. Chukles falling super low. Samurai super low. No flashes. Dragging it out. Might be looking for something. That's gonna be the flash forward by A-Court. Flag and drag. Cataclysm coming out. That's gonna be all of them dying. What is this? The
Oh my
1 for
goodness.
2 in the
And you
most-
can't even be happy with the Maokai kill because that's a dive you initiated. You lost 2
in
for
the
it.
most
You used all of your
confusing
tempo
way
for it.
possible.
That's one way to try to. I mean, it feels like a desperation play. Hey, our top lane isn't bullying like it's supposed to be. Let's make it work anyways.
Yeah.
But the addition of the Sejuani just doesn't help.
Yeah, that is
And what I was saying, by the way, it's now not true, but that's the earliest feats I've ever seen. No member of Contingent Purple even had tier 2 boots for it to take effect. Now Urameshi has that tier 2 boots with the upgrade. No one else does. Because that was feats at like 9 minutes with first tower from Caitlyn and first blood.
Yeah. This is bad.
Now, they do have the jinx factor last game. I was kind of saying it was technically possible. This time I'm saying one mistake is all it takes for jinx to suddenly snowball and have an advantage over Caitlyn that could be carried over to a victory for Contingent Purple. It's just a long uphill battle.
Oh, 100%.
Because I don't even think this top lane matchup gets any easier ever for Tukles.
It is shenanigans.
Yeah, I don't think this is the mistake they were looking for. Braum is definitely going to go
Brom's
down
gonna
here.
fall really low. There's another fight going on bot lane. That's going to be Glacial Prison falling up a bit short. Bubbles is going to get double stunned up. Jewels is going to come in with the snipe, the KS, if you will. Kill secure.
I mean, there is one other factor of the late game that I'm not mentioning. The Veigar could potentially bring that late game potential up. It's just, it's so much harder to get going than the Jinx. However, if the Sejuani gets kills like that for the Veigar, I mean, it went over to Nar, but you know, with the assist, with the potential dragon, Acort could be the one to carry this game. I think that he's in trouble here, though.
That's going to be the cage. Or Meshi's just, you know, establishing dominance. One might say.
Okay, they can both get out. They're fine.
That's going to be
But-
Urmeshi. That's going to be a huge kill for Bubbles. Bubbles is going to hit 2 more. Cataclysm's coming out. It's just a slaughter. The Reaper
Oh,
0.
man. I thought they were fine because they could get out of the pit. And then Lux shows up. I will
Lux-
Bubbles showing why she was picking Lux 2 games in a row. Maybe you gotta ban it away from her.
The Lux
Because
bastard
that
Lux.
was disgusting.
Well, if they win this game, there won't be more bans to occur.
That's true.
Very
That almost
close
hit both
on
of
the-
them too.
I know.
Alright, so they did get Cloud Dragon.
They did.
Target knocked. For
Okay.
fun. Love Caitlyn ults like
Uh,
that. Just like, I need tempo now.
No first strike, so bit interesting.
I mean, it might get this tower alone. Just getting pressure on the tower is pretty nice. Means that Sapphire cannot put up that shield very often because she will go down eventually. However, Sejuani's here.
The Ronnie's looking, but I'm gonna walk over a ward.
Yeah, so Sejuani quickly says, you know what? Blue buff looks more attractive right
Maybe
now.
not.
Now, this
Maybe
is a
not.
matchup that Chukos can bully if he dodges everything, but he didn't.
Pretty
Not
decent
scary.
damage. Yeah.
Okay.
Bubbles
Oh!
dealing lots of damage is actually going to end up dying. The TP's coming forward from Urameshi. Urameshi's looking to clean it up. He's got Heartsteel. He's got Grasp. Samurai is here to back up Chukles, though. There's going to be so much CC on Urameshi, and he just decides it's not worth it.
I mean, that's one way. Oh, I think there's more going
Another
on,
fight
though.
coming out. It's going to be Flash from Acort. That's going to be the E-Mist from Caitlyn. Glacial Chasm doing so much work along with the Glacial Prison from Sedge. Draken wants something. He wants blood.
Okay, but that's how you could see some mistakes bringing Jolly Riders back into this. Even if it's not directly going to the Veigar or Jinx, if
Certainly.
fights happen like that, and that means that Contingent Purple are not able to snowball the game as quickly, the late game will happen regardless just by farming. And putting your Lux to match Gnar is dangerous. I think Caitlyn's taking some shots here, though. Oh, it
that's gonna
doesn't
be
even matter. Oh my goodness.
close. If only Jinx had a super mega death rocketed there, would have been enough.
It's just one of those things that you can't believe is happening. Drakenrich is tanking tower right in front of your eyes and says, try it. And Walsey tries it, but is not able to completely step up.
Yeah, just
However,
Absolute
this is the
blast.
second time I'm seeing A-Court match Tukles, which is kind of scary, I think, for Contingent Purple.
100%. I mean, okay, Samurai's taking some decent space. See what else happens.
Yeah, I
here.
mean, I don't know that it's this easy for Contingent Purple to zone out right now. One Vagar cage whenever they're stepping up that far, and someone might just die. So I am concerned for their ability. I mean, they've got great vision for sure. It's
Oh,
just a
yeah.
question of you have to walk perfectly. Sapphire,
My
though.
God. Sapphire is walking forward. That's going to be the flash forward by J4. Huge Glacial Prison, Super Mega Death Rockets hitting the backline. Cataclysm directly solo on Vagar. Samurai's falling super low. We have the Justice Punch, the Savior. Galio's going forward. All of them are flashing forward. That's a flash forward from Drakonvich. Everyone's pushing. They want it. That was
Right, but they've got to
100%.
capitalize off this.
They have
Because
to.
any amount of gold to Jinx is still good gold. Oh, Nar is going for
Chukles
something.
Is looking for it. Chukles is just going to get CC and it's just immediately blown up. You know, the idea was there. Execution left something to be desired, but
Yeah, it's just unfortunate because you could see it being salvageable even though they lost the fight pretty horribly because they got the kill on Dragon and Jinx was going to get a lot of gold there just off the farm and maybe they couldn't take the tower. But once Chukles goes in, fails the engage, gives over a kill, now they get the tower and the Herald for free and Jinx's gold is not looking so good anymore.
yeah, I mean the top lane gap is just immeasurable, and that 80 carry gap it's just in gold, I should say. It's just
I can measure it for you actually right now. There's a top lane gold gap of 1200 and the 80 carry gap of,
Yeah.
oh my, of
Yeah.
2.3k.
2.3. Yeah, that's
However, they are recalling right whenever Dragon is spawned. I don't know that you kill fast enough. Jinx isn't going to be able to get there in time. Jarvan has decided to walk all the way from top pit to bottom pit. So there's just no timing window for them to even get the dragon. And the teleport comes out just to secure it.
jeez. These fights.
It's really unfortunate right now. You have to stop the snowball somehow, but you've got a 2-item Caitlyn, and you've got so much CC from the Jarvan, you've got tankiness from the Maokai and Galio. There's not even cross-map plays to be made, maybe if Otacon happens, but you're not getting in this pit.
No.
And they're even teleporting top to stop that cross-map play from happening. There's just nothing on the map right now for Jolly Rogers.
Oh, Jolly Rogers is just falling farther and farther behind. As Purple is, you know, essentially like strangling them and drowning them with all the small pieces of value.
Yeah, and I think their only option is to try to get Chukles into that side lane once again. Not against Urameshi. That's a disaster. I mean, he's up a level now. Maybe that could... it's not good.
No.
But
Back
with
and
this Caitlyn going to the
roll.
side lane, with Bubbles going to the side lane, awkwardly, maybe you could find a pick.
Maybe? I mean, they're trying to get these outside towers. Purple's just, like I said, Purple's just gonna continue to drown out Jolly Roger here with their
Yeah, and as much as...
pressure.
Oh,
Little
This
fight
is an
coming on
interesting fight.
top lane. That's gonna be a stun. Cataclysm stops Shukel's mid jump. Urameshi's kind of stuck under tower. He's gonna fall really low. Really good W from Urameshi, actually managing to dodge that tower shot. Super Mega Death Rockets coming out as well. Concussive blows almost stunning up Galio. Everyone's getting CC'd. Everyone's falling low.
they had the right idea in the bot side. Your top's getting dove. Force the fight bot side. You have so much CC. You have so much burst. Even while you're behind, they just can't quite close it. They can't get the reset for Jinx. It doesn't matter who they kill. They kill one person there, they kill them all. Oh no. A-Court dies as well.
There goes a lot of their wave clear. Caitlyn's pinging for Otacon.
Okay, now, no inhibs are even taken here. There's usually, you know, like a small bright side whenever your inhib goes down. At least you can farm up on Jinx and Vagar. They're not even giving them the courtesy of that.
Yeah, I don't think it's gonna. I don't think it's really gonna be.
It's
that
basically, yeah, it's definitely difficult either way. The double Q. Are you kidding me? I thought Bubbles. This is a Lux pick that is going to have to be respected for the rest of the league.
100%. You can't let Bubbles get this Lux.
Or at the very least, control mages are not the answer.
Yeah, you gotta have assassins. You gotta have something that can deal with the zone presence that that Lux provides.
So, Urameshi went for a fast recall, right before getting the Guardian Angel buff. Definitely awkward, but you know what? It's a new thing. Otacon is surprisingly deceptive with how much damage it can come out. I still don't understand the voracious mode, or maybe it's the other one. Exactly what you're supposed to do with the circles. But that is more damage to Urameshi than Chukos has been able to do all match, unfortunately. Oh, this is a good pick though. And it's just not enough. I mean, she even has GA.
Yeah, I mean they're trying. Cataclysm's gonna hit too. Acor's trying. That's gonna be a flash forward by Samurai. Samurai's getting stunned up. It's like they're trying so hard.
I mean, it's unfortunate. Gnar even disconnects during the fight. The rules are you're not allowed to pause during a fight, and it just keeps on going. Gnar's back by now, but the game is over.
It looks like they did pause during the fight.
I must have missed it. It does look like it's frozen now. They might have found a brief window in the middle. I don't know exactly when they paused. But we're gonna, figure that out. I just don't know that it matters, unfortunately.
I really don't think it matters at this point. Maybe earlier in the game, sure, but with the Otacon GAs, they just don't have to be scared of anything. It's gonna be a flash coming out from Jinx. It's honestly hard to watch.
So now,
Flag and drag hits 2. Maokai jumps forward, gets 2.
I mean, this might be an overextension. It is GAs, but that's still some gold. If they can get any of it.
Galio went back in. He's super low. They're trying. If Jinx can get excited here, Jinx, it doesn't proc
But she
her
can't because
passive.
withdrawing! There is no get excited! There's just death and destruction. And I continue to hate. I continue to hate. Yeah, I was about to say my hatred for Otacon GA grows every day.
There's gonna be a TV coming out.
Jinx can't get excited. Are you kidding me?
They're trying to catch Dragon it out. But what? I'm so sad. Like I'm not even like.
True. Okay, this is your moment. Stay in your base. Let him get a dragon. Farm up. Maybe. Oh yeah, definitely was your moment whenever Jinx was getting kills. It just no passive broken. But no, this is your moment. Let Jinx and Veigar get farm. Maybe they mess up and engage here. I don't think they're going to though. They're just walking right down middle. Now they're like, actually, we're gonna do the correct thing and get the inhib bot lane. It doesn't matter where they go. I cannot see them holding this.
No, Gnar is forced to jump away. That's somehow gonna get him booted up. Veigar Cage is gonna save his life, but I mean, like, they are grasping at straws.
Alright, Nexus Towers respawn. You've got supers coming in. Maybe there's some kind of hold we haven't seen yet this season that's more possible.
I don't know.
Oh, line it up, Bubbles.
3-man Cataclysm followed by a huge 3-man ult from Lux. Every ult is just getting piled on top. The stun, the root, the taunt. Galio's gonna end up falling. That's just Caitlyn gets a triple kill. Jinx is trying her hardest
she just
to get excited.
cannot get excited at all.
This is gonna be a pentakill. Maybe? Yes!
Yep.
It's gonna be a pentakill from Draken Rich.
I'm usually more energized for pentakills. That Otacon completely took it out of me. I apologize to Dragon Rich.
Same here. It's just...
But wow.
Otacon just
really
makes
well
me
done by
sad.
them. Really well done by Contingent Purple. They had a level 1 planned, and that was an adaptation, by the way, because they stood in the bush, that Jolly Rogers invaded the last game, and they said, "You're gonna come here and you're gonna give us first blood," and they did.
Nice. I
Um,
mean,
and once that
good on them.
happened, the Jinx lane is so much harder. They still almost kind of fumbled the Jinx lane a little bit. Urameshi delivered though. I mean, come on.
Urameshi
Uh,
MVP.
And whenever you're drafting these matchups and you're, putting him on a tank, letting him go into Gnar, he's not happy, I'm sure of it. But then suddenly he just makes it work.
Yeah, I'm in the same boat as you. Like, normally I'm a lot more energetic for those types of end game fights, but it felt so hopeless, you know.
Oh man, I hope I never see a Jinx deny get excited again. That was so dumb.
That was awful.
But new season complaining aside, I do think that the planning was there from the beginning for Contingent Purple, and they have shown some pretty important things for teams looking to face them in the future. Because how do you deal with Urameshi and how do you deal with Blow Bubble? Both of those people
100%.
look like very important people to worry about whenever you're playing them.
I would have to agree.
And then of course their AD carry got a pentakill. Like that's no slouch either. 11 kills that game.
That's cool too, I guess.
Yeah, exactly. Like it's hard to find what you're supposed to focus on if you're trying to take down the strong player. And even if you're saying, well, maybe I need to take out the weak player and make them feel the pressure, I don't think there was just like less than stellar. There was
like the weak
these people are standing out and the other people were doing fine and supporting it well. They had two supports, right? They had Foxhound Kaz the second game, but both of them did their job perfectly fine. So you can't even say we'll target the support because that person seems a little bit weaker. They had a mid main come in and play the lane great.
Yeah.
So
I don't even know where I would begin.
I think it starts with banning Lux. Cause I mean there are definitely some mid laners in this league that could probably attack it with some matchups. But at the point where they pick Lux Caitlyn and they don't even make it Caitlyn Lux in the bot lane because of how much Blow Bubble plays Lux well in the mid lane, that does seem like a targeted thing to worry about. And so that is week 1 for Arbiter. It's kind of exciting to see the new season. It's the first time for pre-built teams that LXC has seen it. And we're only going up from here. This was our IBSG league, but if you join us tomorrow, Wednesday, or Thursday, we will be seeing the higher level leagues going up to Warden, our Diamond Plus league. So see what everyone's take is on the new meta. From what I've seen so far, it appears to be control mages. I don't know if that trend will continue though.
Yeah, I'm excited to see.
And thank you all for joining us for that match. Really interesting to see how our stories that we told in draft continue to play out in the games, especially that first game. And we hope to see you for the future. Thank you for joining me, Icarus, for this first cast.
Of course, as always.
We'll be seeing you later.